Here's my bike. In today's video, finally. So in today's video, we will be reviewing the Mafia bikes Cush 2 in like a teal colour and the Collective C1 in Raw. Let's get onto this.
Anyway, like I just said, we're going to be doing the Collective C1 Raw versus the Mafia Cush 2 to see indefinitively which one you should get. Let's get straight into this.
Just grab my sheet.
So, here we are. We're going to be starting off with the Mafia Cush 2 first, because I haven't got my bit of paper, but this is the Mafia Cush 2.
So, on my top tube, yes, my top tube, it's a 20.4 inch top tube high tensile steel frame with a 13.25 inch CS
Chainstay.
with a 75.5 degree head tube angle and a 9.5 degree standover. It has an 11.75 inch bottom bracket height with an integrated seat clamp, a USA bottom bracket, and a clean, tiny 14mm dropouts, okay, which are the exact same as the Collective C1. With a 9-inch rise and a 29-inch wide bars, a taper blade threadless forks, reinforced forged cranks with a 25 to 9 tooth gearing, and a KMC chain. What's that say? Yeah, the tyres. They are Lagos Crawler 2.4 inch tyres. Oh yeah, the front rim is a single alloy wall, and the rear wheel is a alloy double walled rim. U-brakes with anti-scuff pads. Pretty shit, but they didn't scuff like.
Yeah, my one's bloody scuffed, so that's a lie. Harry Main, by the way, did just leave Mafia, so that is one thing to mention.
Anyway, they come with, on the bars, obviously you got the grips, yeah, obviously. They come standard with aftermarket Lucky 6 grips. So nice. I've only got to replace mine because they split. It comes with a forged front loader stem, same as the C1. Wait, what?
Just like my dad.
What? Aftermarket Lucky 6 grips.
No, you'll find out.
It also comes with a vinyl covered one-piece seat and post. It's horrible. I need to get a new one. They also come with plastic VP pedals, same as Collective, but the Collective C1s come with slim VP pedals. Got that on fact. When you buy the Mafia Cush 2 from Mafia Bikes, you get the option to have a 3-piece crank instead of the 1-piece. Because I didn't buy mine brand new, I have the 1-piece. The weight. What's the weight of the Collective C1?
25 pounds.
25 pounds.
Pounds.
It's American.
Wait, why have they done it in pounds when it's a British company?
It's American made.
It's Indonesia.
So yeah, the Collective C1 Raw weighs 25 pounds, whereas the Mafia Bikes Cush 2 weighs 26 pounds.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, because his is definitely lighter.
It's 100% lighter than the
It's
C1.
1000% lighter. My bottom bracket is heavier than Jupiter and Mars combined.
For your facts and...
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Beyond Madness here. I am your host, Jake Paul. Today what we're going to be doing, we're going to be jumping off a cliff. So let's start off with the frame. For the frame, its top tube is a 20.5. It's a high tensile steel frame. The rear is the chainstay is a 13.25. I've got the exact same bottom bracket height as the Mafia, same top tube angle. The only real difference is that, well, in fact the only difference is the cranks, which by the way, if you are going to get a Collective C1 Raw more specifically, be wary of the bottom brackets, and I'll get into the Raw thing later. But the bottom bracket will be the first thing to rust, and it is the rustiest thing on it if it is going to rust. So just bear that in mind. Mine do come standard with sealed 3-piece cranks, a sealed bottom bracket. But one thing to know about the bottom bracket, what Collectives do, they actually do this thing where they get the actual bearings come in these spacing, like spacer cups. And the reason why they say they do that is so that you can use the actual bottom bracket on like any other bike. But it absolutely kills the C1 for two reasons. The first reason is that you can't actually use like 24mm bearings or 22 or just any normal bearings in it because you actually need the cup spacers in it. And reason number two why it kills it is because the spacers themselves are so heavy, it literally kills the bike overall. Like, the cranks themselves, they are so unreliable. I have, like, literally snapped the cranks on the spindle twice.
And I have a one-piece.
Yeah, he has a
one-piece crank set.
unsealed.
Unsealed, and it's only just starting to go.
So, and this is older as well.
A lot older.
So, and the bearings are smoother. But anyway, I think we're getting off topic. This comes with massive 2.3 tyres, a standard KMC chain, 25 tooth sprocket. It says it comes with anti-scuff pads. It scuffs. So that's a complete lie. It comes with a standard U-brake, same as the Mafia once did. It comes with threadless forks, a really bad front load stem. Oh, and it comes with the same god-awful seat, which you must replace as soon as you can.
We've seen in the comments, when we've made past reviews about C1, about when we've moaned about the seats on them. You all say that you don't need a seat for BMXing. What about when you're cruising? Like to the skate park or to your street spot?
And anyway, like, another reason, why would a BMX company charge 34 quid for a seat? And that's not including the seat post. Like, why would they charge so much if it wasn't a necessity? Anyway, like, seats in BMX have been an essential part of the bike since the BMX was invented. The seat was commonly used in like a lot of different tricks throughout the 80s. The seat is important, trust me. When you've been sitting on that seat, it becomes important. It's about as comfortable as being stabbed. But anyway guys, yeah, we're going to be summing up our bikes now and giving you a little bit of history, past experiences. What trouble have you had with the Mafia?
None. Apart from the crank that's going now.
The cranks are only going now. This bike's like probably 2 or
5 years old.
yeah, and the cranks are only just starting to go. And this is a one-piece crank. And this is an unsealed bottom bracket. And it's going better than mine. Yeah, anyway, I'll go from like in a chronological order of all the things that went wrong. The first thing that went wrong was my stem. The top loader stem that they give you in this bike is god awful. Second thing that went wrong was the grip. So the next thing I replaced was actually the pedals. I replaced the tyres. It was around the same time I replaced the grips. And soon after, I got a new seat. So going in chronological order, stem, grips, pedals, and then it's the wheels. The wheels bent because I got angry and I threw it on the floor. But anyway, after that, I can't even remember.
The cranks were before the wheels. You ordered them before the wheels at least.
Actually, there's a story. I ordered some cranks when I first got the bike. And my cranks literally didn't arrive until a year later. And then it was the sprocket, and then the chain, and then the forks, and then the bars, which by the way, I didn't need to replace. At some point along the line, my brake snapped, I don't even know at this point. And then I got new pedals. I decided to actually make a gyro on my BMX, so I drilled into the frame, I made gyro tabs. So this is in fact the only C1 you will ever see in your life that has a gyro on it. But to basically sum up my entire BMX, if you did not catch that, it's god awful and you will end up changing every single part on your bike until you get a new frame. So what's your history now?
The only things I've replaced on my Mafia is the front and rear wheel. I've replaced the grips. Apart from that, I've taken the brakes off and that's it.
Is there if you were going to make a bike build, what would be the first thing you would have to repair and what's the first thing you would get?
Brakes need to be replaced. Probably new wheels. Yeah, after the tyres, it'd definitely be a seat because god awful, absolutely horrible.
Rest in peace.
I just realised I've got a bent spoke.
Don't worry about that.
Then it'd be grips because they just need replacing desperately. Then I'd probably go for a new set of forks and bars. But yeah, as soon as I've replaced the bars and forks, I think I'd be quite happy.
So literally, I'm just gonna say now as well. With my bike, I'm gonna talk about the actual companies themselves. It doesn't matter if they're both equal or even one's better than the other. If you go into a car company to get a car, you really want to know what you're actually buying it from. And so that's what I'm gonna put light on right now, because I will say, I don't think both the companies are exactly perfect. Now, I will say, I think Collective definitely has better meanings and intentions overall towards the BMX industry. Like Ryan Taylor, is all about Knives Up, Bikes Down, which is a campaign movement against knife crimes.
Which we fully support.
Yes,
100%.
Yeah, that's true. Hashtag Knives Down, Bikes Up. But Mafia does have a bit of history with their fans. Now, there have been accusations. I don't really know anything about the whole Mafia, Ryan Taylor versus Harry Main. I don't really know anything too much about it, but I do know that the Mafia company boss was actually being quite racist and quite mean just in their comments of their Instagram. But Ryan Taylor, although he has good intentions, he doesn't really have any intentions itself for the actual company. I mean, he is starting to, at the time of this recording at least, right now he's starting to make more mountain kind of type bikes because...
Just released a C2.
Yeah, and that's kind of understandable because I think his main market is basically London and just UK kids. So he's definitely got a niche he needs to cover. I'm kind of worried that he's forgetting about the reason he made the company, and that's for BMXs. He has only got the Collective C1 and the Collective RT1 as the only two BMX bikes he has. Now the RT1 you can get in a complete bike or a ultra, better complete version. Or you could just get the frame, forks, bars, stem, blah 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 itself just on their own. And that's the thing, Ryan, I have got to say with Ryan Taylor, he doesn't really care too much about his company. I mean, my cranks took 1 year to arrive. A whole year. Could you imagine if I got something so little as an inner tube? I bet there's people waiting from 2015 for an inner tube. I'm not even joking. But I would say with Mafia, although their boss doesn't have overall greater intentions, I would say they are better at being a bike company. I mean, they support far more BMX and BMX options, which is one thing I will say. This actually does have an option to get 1-piece or 3-piece cranks, which will vary in cost, but at least they do it. In fact, they do a far wider range of bikes in general and bike parts for you to, buy whatever you want.
They are a great company, but obviously flaws in the past, things have happened, things have been said. It put down their reputation quite a bit, but they've built themselves back up.
Yeah.
But you haven't really seen much change in Collective. It's released 2 different bikes since the C1.
They've released a lot of colours for the C1, but...
Yeah, a wide variety of colours.
I will definitely say that, but I would prefer a wider variety of bikes than colours.
Because obviously with Collective you've only got the Bounce, which is a mini BMX, the C1, C2, C100, and the RT1, I forgot about the RT1. Yeah. So 5 bikes, obviously many different colours. Whereas the Mafia, I don't even know where to start.
You have the Kush 2.
The Kush 1.
I like that. You know what? I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna edit a list of all Mafia bikes right here. But anyway, there's all the bloody Mafia bikes you can knock yourself out with. But here's where I think we can come to the overall conclusion. And anyway, to conclude the bikes, we should come to the overall question. Which one should you get? The Mafia or the Collective? Now, thinking about all the ways we can conclude this, thinking about the company itself, the way they run the company, the bikes, the variety, and, well, the actual 2 bikes we have here. history of the bike's reliable issues and everything, to fully conclude,
I would go with the Mafia.
so would I. And the reason why is because this is older and its bearings are so smooth. I know for a fact it's lighter than this, it's more reliable, and it comes from a pretty, like, overall decent company. But because Mafia has a wider range of bikes, but the Mafia is better basically. In every way, this is a better bike. So, believe it or not, you should get a Mafia instead of a Collective C1. But I would say there are more companies out there. Now, as I said, both of these bikes and their companies do have their flaws. And there are companies out there with fewer, less flaws. And there are just a lot more companies that you should go to rather than these two. But if you are going to go with one of these two, please do get the Mafia. I think that's concluded it. So anyway guys, I hope you did enjoy today's video. Again,
Like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and we will see you in the next one.
peace.
Peace.